Well, okay. Well, I guess we're live. I wanted to start a little bit early because why the fuck not? I'm gonna have to try to bring up chat to make sure I can see shit. But again, there's some weird stuff when you do chat where it's a little bit of a lag. Where would this be? Actually, is it fucking doing it? It might not be doing it. Live streaming. Events? Okay. Yay. Okay. So now I've got, yeah, no, nobody's here. It's fine. I could tweet about it, I guess. Fuck. All right. Did I type it here? Whatever. I can't type. It fine. Too fast. Anyway, I'm going to talk about a couple of the questions that people asked me. Other than that, I am going to be looking at the chat the entire time, obviously. If you have any questions for me while we're doing it, yeah, we can, we'll cover those. But let's talk about the ones that people asked me. Some of them I think are interesting and I can actually answer. So I gotta go find my tweet first. I'm really prepared for this. I know. Oh, I posted it twice. So I'll delete that because I spelled in wrong. I fucking mistyped. I'm so eloquent. Okay. So it was my tweet. Where did I? This one. Where's this fucking? Okay. How do I get back to that tweet? I'm not good at Twitter. By the way, guys, I've written papers on Twitter and I'm bad at it. Okay, we will talk about. I will have to address Dr. Layman because he fucking responded to me, which is awesome. So I will eventually get to that. Let's see. I'll start at the bottom because that's easier. Oh, so really apologize for the cars outside. I live on a really next to a really busy road, and they put a terrible, terrible, obnoxious power plant in the city about 35, 40 years ago. And so now they have to carry like coal or something to the power plant 10,000 times a day. And it's just these terrible trucks that drive back and forth. I despise it. How is social science calculated? Have you ever been part of any papers yourself that we can read without paying? Yes, I have papers you can read without paying. The problem is I'm still anonymous. Otherwise, I would be very happy for you guys to read some of my research. I have tried to be a little, actually quite discreet about where I go to school, who my advisors are, and stuff like that. It's hard sometimes. Like someone asked me a question the other day where it was really hard for me to not drop accidentally who my academic family is, and that's a cool thing. Oh, that's a neat thing, as an aside, because academics will call themselves, they use familial words to refer to themselves. So my advisor is my academic father, and my advisor's advisor is my academic grandfather, and so on, or grandmother, whatever. It goes on back through time that way. So we do use these familial terms. So yeah, when you talk about academic ancestry, it was hard for me to be like, moral foundations theory. I can't talk too much about that. But how is social science calculated? In a number of different ways. It depends on your specific field and the type of research that you're analyzing. Generally speaking, what I do is quantitative research. So I'm mostly looking at hard numbers that I can put into SPSS or another program to analyze them. And I do work outside of SPSS because sometimes SPSS is a statistical processing program. I don't always use it entirely, though, because it can be wrong. Or not, it can't be wrong because it's a computer, it's a calculator. You can be bad at inputting the numbers, so you always want to recheck your work, you know? However, there's also, you can do work in qualitative social science, which I do also respect a lot, in that qualitative social science research is going to be a little bit different. You're not going to be, I mean, you might ultimately get down into numbers, into numerical analysis of whatever you're looking at, but a qualitative social scientist is going to be looking not so much, it's as the words describe, not so much at the number, but at the quality. Like what does this, so like a lot of times when I do research, me and pretty much every social scientist, even if they're quant qual, will do so we have a bunch of quantitative Likert scale questions that we'll ask on a survey. And then at the end, we'll have an open-ended question that you can answer however you like. And that kind of stuff is how you can then take that data and analyze it in various different ways. Usually you would want to, like I use a lot of grounded theory. So yeah, you would want to like make a code book, or grounded theory specific method of looking at qualitative research is that you go in expecting to find nothing and trying to find things that link together all of these responses. But you can also have a theoretical basis, structure, systematic analysis of the data that's a little bit more organized. But I don't know. Let me see. Look at the chat. When did I first run afoul of critical theory? I told that story in my most recent video. Of I was going to whatever. I was going to National Communication Association conference my first time, which is my field, is communication studies, and yeah, they were just bitches. Sorry about this Ann Coulter article I was reading. Yeah, they were just rude. And they travel in packs. What we all do. So like, do I have an NCA booklet with me somewhere nearby? Well, I could find one very easily, but I'm not going to. They give us these huge booklets when you go to these conventions. And yeah, it's like, man, now like I'd really like to have a picture of it, because you can always tell when, not only because it will directly say this is I would say this, actually, I'm getting, my words get messed up really easily. It's why I don't normally speak extemporaneously. I have a lot of respect for rhetoricians or people who are rhetorical scholars, because generally what they're looking at is they're sort of taking qualitative research to a whole different level, where they're just looking at words. What do words mean? How can I analyze it? The very basis of our field is lambda pieta. It goes back to the Greek philosophers of ethos, pathos, logos, you know? So I really respect rhetoricians, and most of them, not all, or some of them, not all, I guess I should say. But I've read some really interesting rhetorical research. It's so different from what I do. Like I need numbers, otherwise I don't understand really what I'm looking at, beyond it just being interesting intellectually. I don't understand it though. Critical theorists though are, generally speaking, like 90% women. They all have hair that looks like mine, and they're all fat. And I'm not even trying to make sweeping generalizations. It's just, you know, I am an empiricist, an observational scientist. I can make an observation and tell you I see a fucking like trend going on here, motherfuckers. Yeah, they don't interact with us. But it does go both ways. So I can't pretend like it's not mutual. I don't go to your panels. You don't come to my panels. I know you have no interest in hearing my fucking analysis of a data set, and I have no fucking interest in hearing you analyze a gay black woman's poem. I don't fucking care. I'll move up. Is feminism still relevant? No, it hasn't been for a very long time. I don't know if well, I think you could make it. You could probably convince me very easily with very little argumentation that women should not have had the right to vote. I don't necessarily agree, but if you look at the shit that's happened over the last 100 years in every country that's given women the franchise, we've fucked some shit up, have we not? Obviously, I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no man, but yeah, I could see that argument. So yeah, I think feminism is way, way fucking retarded. What's 10K? 10,000. Miller's or Wade's run? That's a hard question. He's talking about Daredevil. Wade's run is great because it's sort of like the culmination of all of Matt Murdock's character arc that happened in Miller's run coming to fruition, where he was now like struggling with his deep-seated depression and Catholic guilt, but was doing it with like a happy facade. I liked that a lot. Fuck, there's a lot of people. Oh shit! Thank you, Sir Bon Voyage. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Let me look at the chat so I can see if anyone else had questions. Where I first discovered the mindset of critical cultural, we had to learn it in master's program. We had to learn about the different types of quote science, and that was one. But the guy who taught that class is my advisor. If you think I'm a hard quantitative scientist, you've never met my advisor. He is real hardcore in the numbers and does not like the feelings. So yeah, that was the first time I'd ever heard about it. He was trying very hard to be objective to try and describe our field, because it is a very vast field. What do I study in communications? I am a media psychologist. So as a doctoral scholar, you have to choose a primary area of focus and a secondary area of focus. My primary area of focus is media psychology, and my secondary area of focus is in intergroup scholarship. Actually, it's interesting. Most intergroup scholars study stuff like, the negative effects of racism and sexism, and like these groups that don't get along. Whereas I have a very different perspective. I like to study how group commonality across things that are more general, like race or sex, allow people to actually work cohesively together. Because there is some research behind that. Just nobody fucking studies it. Because here's the thing, it's not as interesting. Like trying to find hey, this is a fun, let's find something positive for humanity. It's less interesting. There's something, they call it dark side research, and not a lot of light side researchers in intergroup. But I'm one, yay. Oh, and thank you, Starscream, for the donation. Sorry, I have to go back and thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Would it be too strange for you to talk about your choice of religion? No, it's not rude. I'm really honest about this. People think I'm role-playing. I'm not. I was very sick mentally and physically at several points in my life, and I tried a bunch of different religions, and they just didn't work for me. Odinism just works for me. I would never tell anyone else to do it. I would never prescribe it for anyone. I find that very ridiculous. But it works for me. And I think faith-based stuff like that should always be personal choice. I could go more into it, but if it makes sense, I knew from a social science research perspective that people who have faith live longer, they're happier. That's just what the research shows us. So when I was in a bad place, I said, I'll try it. And I tried Islam. I tried Christianity. I tried Islam. I tried Baha'i. I tried that's mostly it. I tried a bunch of different religions, and Odinism was what worked for me. Just, you have to figure out that shit for yourself. Let's see. I am too autistic. Yep. The type of topics I've done research on. Most of my research as a media psychologist is I study interactive media, so video games primarily. I know, it's crazy. Like, growing up, my dad was always like, stop playing video games because you can't do that for a living. And I'm like, I do that for a living. Well, I get to study video games, which is neat. I've done research on a bunch of different games. Most of my doctoral thesis is going to be on essentially debunking everything Anita Sarkeesian has ever said about the sexualized female body in games, because the research that my tertiary research and the preliminary stuff that I've conducted already indicates that sexy clothing does not negatively affect female game-related self-efficacy. So that's cool. Fuck you, Anita. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Yeah, I was a secret ISIS member, totally. Well, how else could I, honestly, critique Islam totally without being someone who's read the texts? I mean, you can. I think you absolutely can. But thank you, Schwanz Gruberman. Could you tongue punch my fart box? Nah, no thanks, fam. I'm cool. Yeah, the Earth is flat. I'm gonna keep up the stream after I'm done with what? I don't know. This is like the 10K subscribers stream, so whatever the fuck, man. Like, this goes on as long as you guys are entertained. Fuck. Would I be interested in doing a live stream with Blair White? I'd probably flip out too hard to do that, but I love her. She's awesome. Did I talk about Comey getting the sack yet? I did not. I'll give you my opinion. I could never fucking figure Comey out. I could never figure out if he was just a partisan dickhead, or if he was playing both sides. He was playing his own version of 4D chess, or what the fuck he was doing. I couldn't figure out Comey, but I do think it was right for Trump to sack him because he was not doing a good job. Queer Theor. I don't know either. Eidetic memory. I actually don't even know what that is. My opinion on Jordan Peterson. I've listened to some of his lectures. I think he's a really brilliant guy. His area of psychology is very different from mine, but it's something that I am interested in. I do need to listen to more of his lectures. Ever get the art you did? I think I did. If you send it to me on Patreon or an email, yeah, I think so. Sorry if I didn't respond. I get overwhelmed sometimes. Like, I feel really bad. Like, yesterday, my Twitter was blowing up, and I get on, it's like a 10 fucking thousand notifications, and I just freak out. That's a little bit of an autistic thing, is women have this not women, everyone has the fight, flight, freeze responses to anxiety. And I have, unfortunately, the very bad freeze responses. Just then, like, I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed or over inundated. I just shut off to stuff. My favorite game of all time, probably Planescape Torment. I don't know. It's really hard to pick a favorite. Deus Ex, too, would be. I think I talked about that before. Let's see. Yeah, Bayonetta's a great character, too. And that's actually part of it. It's not just Bayonetta being designed by a woman and women feeling empowered by characters like Bayonetta, but the research I was actually looking at my jumping off point was that, what the fuck is Second Life? Second Life is technically a game, is it not? Now, it's a different type of game. Second Life is a social game. I found in the extant research when I was doing, an examination of the topic, that got me interested in it, because none of the people in comm are studying the attire research. Because there's a journal of textiles and attire. There's an entire science journal that just studies attire. I found that very interesting. No one else is fucking dealing with it. Most of it's business related stuff, like, oh, wear a suit when you go to a thing. But I was interested in it from a different perspective. And it was essentially that if the game is a social game, or it's a game that involves an element of socialization, women will actually prefer to have sexy clothing. That's my hypothesis. And the preliminary research does support that. So, yay! Yeah, my entire channel is a social experiment, and I am a trap, and traps are gay. Yeah, the reason I don't talk about feminism a lot is because it's like punching a retarded baby. I would rather talk about more serious issues. I think feminism is a joke. Honestly, modern third wave feminism, it's a joke. I'm too numerically oriented to deal with bullshit like feminism. Thank you, Sean. Did you ever play pen and paper stuff? Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time, only because it's really hard to find people to play with where I live. There's not a lot around here. I would like to play. I mean, I used to play AD&D a lot, and my character name is from Final Fantasy XI, my game that I played a lot. But but I've also used it in D&D, and I've played a lot of other tabletop games though too. Mostly what I play now are board games, more oriented, just because they're a little bit easier to get together. Okay, traps aren't gay, whichever. No one can ever agree on this. My Frog? What? Varg made a game? What? I love Yoko Taro. He's actually like my favorite video game guy. I love Yoko Taro, and I love the Drakengard series. I was not a Tarataru, I was a Hume from Bastock, the center of capitalism, as is that fucking surprising at all. Blacks are gay. What will Bethesda release at E3? Todd said they're not going to do Elder Scrolls, so I don't know. I have not played 5th edition D&D. I don't like to play... I know who Varg is, dude. I didn't think he... I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Also, stop looking at porn. But... oh, shit. Now I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, why did I remove my tweet with my MAGA hat? I didn't. What? Frig. Yeah, well, FF11 and FF12 both allowed you to play as cat. Well, it was a cat girl, and then you could play as a cat boy. Yeah. Opinion on Pathfinder, another game I haven't really played very much of. I really am old school D&D. When I used to play all the time, I was playing AD&D, so 2.0. And I'm like totally a scientist or whatever. I was gonna ask you to do a stream with V. Why? Oh, it's because I said I was an ANCAP. I don't like the term ANCAP because I don't like anything. I would call myself a Hopian libertarian more than anything. I don't like labels. They don't work well for me. Yeah, of course I know what Thaco is. Jesus, whoa. Oh yeah. Whoops, guys, this is my temporary. Do you see how Windows is not genuine? Yeah, this is my temporary computer. I have my new computer sitting right here, but I got to get my new graphics card and put it in there. Yeah, I don't. The term ANCAP is such a meme, but oh, the thing about fucking Mass Effect, I wrote 6,000 words at least about the history, the downfall, the destruction of BioWare as a company, and and it was on my shitty little laptop, and my laptop's hard drive died, and I don't know how to deal with laptops at all. I have no fucking clue. Also, praise Keck. And so I took it down the other day to a little, whatever, someplace called Nerd Rage, interestingly enough, a good name for your shop. And they're like, well, the hard drive's fucked. So my video, and if the whole fucking 6,000 word thing and all of the sources and everything that I had collected over the course of weeks is gone. So I don't know if we're gonna do a Mass Effect video at this point. I do want to talk a little bit about how between corporate muddling and the PC policing, BioWare got completely destroyed. Because BioWare, I mean, and they're not the first. It was a lot of other companies that got completely and utterly wrecked by EA. But BioWare is certainly the saddest. Yeah, that. Thank you, subpar man. Thank you. What is a paladin? It's like a knight, kind of. If depending on the type of lore that you're talking about or the type of fantasy universe, a paladin is usually a white knight or a holy knight. And Altana Volt, because everyone always asks me, and I've responded a lot, but I kind of like to only say it a couple times what it is. Altana Volt is just the Latin word for will, and Altana is the goddess of light and of paladins of Final Fantasy XI. And so it's just like, it's Altana's will. If you hear Deus Volt, it means God's will, right? And Altana Volt is Altana's will. Yeah, paladins are social justice warrior fantasies, yeah, essentially. What kind of music do I like? I really hate people who, well, this is a meme, isn't it? I like everything but rap and country. It's not true. I actually enjoy some country, and I enjoy a lot of rap. A lot of fucking rap. So, I don't know. Yeah, my favorite genre was Witch House. It doesn't exist anymore. Bard is better than Necromancer. Bard is my, the name's Aiden Paladin. I was a Paladin in Final Fantasy XI, but my main class that I was more than anything was a Bard. I've always been a Bard, and I fucking love, I love being a Bard. That's awesome. Into Norse mythos. Greek and Roman, I was always into everything. I've had a lot of different periods in my life where I've wondered what I wanted to do as a career. And when I first started college, when I was first going, they made me take philosophy classes and theology classes. I was like, I want to be Joseph Campbell. I want to study myth. The idea of myths, because you find the hero myth, it's a fascinating thing. It's always interested me. The fact that every single sufficiently advanced society on the planet has the same hero's journey, has the same hero's myth. And that's super fucking interesting. We all have, because we are a shared human species, and I know that people who are really hardcore ethno-nationalists don't like that stuff, but we are all still humans. No, we're different in different ways, but we all do have this shared myth. And I would think that more than anything else, if you want to point out how all humans are the same species or whatever, because I know some people are like, some of the people more hardcore on the right than I am are like, no, like we're different genus, we're a different entire race, or not race, but we're an entire different species. Why does everybody have this exact same myth? That, at least because I look at things from a psychological perspective, that's insane to me. How did everyone come up with the same story? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we can know. Jews aren't human. That's true. Which version of D&D? A D&D. All societies have legends, not necessarily fairies, but pretty much. I mean, I I like Joseph Campbell. I'm not going to call myself an expert. My favorite authors, Brandon Sanderson is probably my favorite author right now. Let's see who else. Yeah, Neil Stevenson too, also. Do I stream games on Twitch? No, I've thought about it. But I have not done it. Thunderbolts Project. I don't know what that is. No, it's not all the same myth. It's we all have basically like strands of the same myths. Like you can find, essentially there are some African cultures where cultures that were, as far as we can tell, never previously introduced to Christianity, where they have an Adam and Eve myth. And it's like, that's fucking neat. My favorite hero legend. That's hard. I like Journey to the West. Journey to the West is a great story. Yeah, too bad about J.K. Rowling. Manveer did not get fired from BioWare. His contract ended. Isn't that interesting? Because he was just a contracted fucking guy. He wasn't even like a serious dude. I am sort of a Star Wars fan. I'm more of a Trekkie. I always have been. It actually took me a very long time to accept Star Wars because I grew up with Star Trek so hardcore, and I used to have some resentment there. As a young person, being very silly, I had a resentment towards how popular Star Wars was, because Star Wars is the hero's myth, though, by the way, because George Lucas, that fucking loser, was actually friends apparently with Joseph Campbell on some level. Campbell told him how the fuck to construct a narrative. So no shit, you wrote one of the most important things ever, or you made one of the most important pieces of media ever created, Kirk. No shit though, when you have Joseph Campbell telling you how to pull the strings. I do like Star Wars. Star Wars is very fun. Star Wars is fun. Where Star Trek is more cerebral. And even though I'm a fan of the old Star Trek, the oldest one, where it's very silly, I still like the more cerebral elements of it. I like that it tackled, even at the time, like, okay, so like maybe the most fucking egregious one is the episode where it's the planet where there's two different people, and one of them, the right side of their face is black and the left side of their face is white, and then the other people, the left side of their face is black and the right side of their face is white, and they hate each other. That's just, I mean, it's such an obvious allegory for racism, but it's an interesting story that was done well for 1968, and I like that. My my heritage is, and ethnicity, I'm Welsh and German. So, yeah. Are Trekkies more right-wing? Oh, they're lefties as fuck, man. It's I mean, Roddenberry's whole thing was Roddenberry, for as much criticism as he's gotten over the years, Gene Roddenberry did actually believe in this rosy-colored communist, I should point out, very much communist view of the future. If you look at Star Trek with even a slight little tiny bit of a discerning eye, as enjoyable as it is, it's a communist utopia is what he was talking about. It's why, like, yeah, everything's in credits, a war, famine, poverty, everything has been in the Federation, everything has been eradicated through their socialist, communist society. Now, it doesn't mean it's not enjoyable, but you have to be aware that it's very commie. Favorite Star Trek series from most to least. I'm going to say best for me is original series, followed by Next Gen. That's pretty obvious. Fucking motorcycle. Get the fuck out. So original series, Next Gen, and then this is the problem. This is where it steps up. This is where the issue comes, is right after Next Gen. Who Mourns for Adonis was a great episode. Yeah. I can't ever decide between DS9 and Voyager, but let me explain, because I know no one agrees with me on that. I love DS9, but I love Voyager because Voyager is such a Grant Morrison's my favorite comic writer. Voyager is such, like, it reminds me of the original series because everyone is so incompetent, and Janeway just doesn't give a shit about any Federation rules or regulations. I love it. No, I love how it's just like, wow, you guys are fucking retarded. I love how retarded Janeway is. it's weird thing. And then I love when the show got its feet a little bit. Like, it doesn't have as good of characters, but I love 7 of 9, and I know a lot of people hate her because they're like, oh, she's just tits. But her relationship with the Doctor was, that was some real apex material right there. I really enjoyed that. Let's see. The area of penetration. I don't remember that, actually. What happened to Frank Miller? 9/11 happened to his brain. Literally, I think his brain got 9/11 because it was after 9/11 he went absolutely insane. Shatner's books are actually pretty cool. He did a terrible job directing Final Frontier, but his books were all right from what I read of them. I used to play piano. I play the auto harp a little bit, but I don't know what's happening in Brazil. I heard something about that, but yes, I'm not caught up on Brazilian politics. Sorry about that. But please let me know. I'll look into it, I guess. Like, I didn't know Frauke Petri was out of Germany until like 3 days ago. I didn't know she was not going to be running. This is the problem with being in America, Burger. We don't always get all the information, even when it's someone like me who tries to. I think the trans-trenders will end up the bisexuals from the 90s. I think the trans-trenders are more like the... Thank you, Ghostly Enigma. And Subpar Man, thank you. Okay, so a lot of psychologists will not admit this even to this day. But there was an epidemic of overdiagnoses of ADD and ADHD in the 90s because basically the disease had kind of just become understood. And as a part of that, so it's maybe called med student syndrome. I did hear about Shatner speak about misandry. Yeah, I can't believe... Well, I know I can believe they castigated him for it, but fuck off. But there's this sort of... Yeah, it's like med student syndrome, or they also... Yeah, it's like first-year psych student syndrome, where when a new disease or a new thing in a certain field comes out and it gets a lot of media attention, you start looking for it. Unfortunately, the phrase, when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras, does usually apply. And what happened is people were overdiagnosing zebras when it was horses. It was, the kid's hyper. He's a kid. And instead they put him on Ritalin. And we started to see that same shit with the overdiagnoses of autism as autism research began to be more prevalent. And I think transgender stuff, and we're seeing this, I was reading an article from some psychologist, and now I can't remember who, I don't know the citation, so I apologize. But where it was like, yes, this going up 500% or whatever percent, this was obviously the same kind of thing, but it's coming from a different perspective because teenagers, psychological reactance theory is pretty explicit here, that we're always going to rebel against, whatever we're told not to do. And if it's this kind of thing is cool, but it's also kind of not cool, and it's just sort of straddling the line between taboo and not taboo, yeah, no wonder that you see a preponderance of teenagers who are flocking to this mentality. And I think in 10 years, we're going to look back on it the way that we were just now starting to look back on the way that ADD and ADHD were overdiagnosed in the 90s. Because right now, you can't, that autism thing I just said, you still can't do that. You still can't publicly say that autism is overdiagnosed. Like, I mean, because I've said this before too, several times. If I had been born 10 years later, there's no doubt I would have been diagnosed with autism. Because when I was a kid, the things I liked to do, I was really into Thomas the Tank Engine, and I liked to do math. I liked to sit and just do math problems. I would write myself my own math problems. Like, that's some like, today, if I had been born in 2000, you think they wouldn't have fucking put me on some shit? Nah, they would, they were like, there's something wrong with this kid. But yeah. People are not advocating trans. No, I don't. I think it's actually trans people are being very highly advocated for. Not that, like, it's more like you've got so many allies that now, well, I mean, think about it from the perspective of a teenager. You're talking about okay. Let's talk about teenage psychology. So the basic research indicates this, that as children get older, they have a greater proclivity and a greater ability for empathy. It starts from the age of about 2 or 3, and then it goes up, and empathy increases, and empathy increases. Ask an 8-year-old to share their candy with you. And most of them, if they're not complete little shits, will totally do that because they understand this kind of stuff. However, you get out to about 12, puberty kicks in, the hormones start fucking going, and the empathy drops off a cliff. The empathy drops off. It's more than just that, though. You have things like the imaginary audience and something called adolescent egocentrism. Wouldn't it make sense by that meaning that people who are in this age range of about 12 to 18, and maybe a little bit, maybe not quite that far, 12 to 16, 12 to 17, as the puberty hormones are going really crazy, they are experiencing this adolescent egocentrism, and like I said, the imaginary audience effect. Imaginary audience effect means that you think everyone's paying attention to you at all the time. Thank you, Murray Illman. What do I think of autism means? Hilarious. You think people are paying attention to you and only you all the time. We all kind of have this, and it's not going to be cognizant, by the way. You're not going to be like cogently thinking this way. This is a subconscious phenomena. But so combined with adolescent egocentrism and the invisible audience effect, or imaginary audience effect, excuse me, yeah, is it a question that it would be very appealing for teenagers to want to be something so special and unique when they're getting they're being told everywhere around them, we have to be so nice, we have to be so accepting, we have to be so loving of these trans people because they're so unique and cool, and isn't this awesome? And you see this all the time, where it's not just like saying it's okay to be trans, it's okay to be gay, this is the desired outcome. No shit, then. And you're beyond reproach at that point. And they figure that out. You think kids are stupid? They're not. They're actually quite smart. They're actually quite smart to be able to pick up on what society is selling. So no shit. Programming languages I prefer. Now, I've never gotten into I fucking made an HTML website when I was 12, but it's about it. Things that tend to deduce too much from questions that rely on weak. Do you think there's a tendency to deduce too much from questions that rely on weak questions or too wide qualifiers in academia? I don't. I'm not sure I totally understand, but I'm not sure if I totally understand the question. But I would say this: the way that in the questions thing over here on Twitter, Dr. Lehman asked me about systems theory, and if this is the same thing, I don't know this citation actually, but whoops, that was if we ran out of stuff. Systems theory is a theory that is non-parsimonious and not comprehensive to me, and not testable, and not heuristic. Basically, when you look at the social sciences, we have a list of things that a theory or any type of perspective has to be in order to be considered legitimate. Maybe not legitimate. In order for me to consider it to be a legitimate science. And those are this. It has to have a comprehensive scope. That means that if you have a theory where the scope is everything in the fucking universe can fall under this theory. Now, from a physics perspective, a mathematical perspective, the universal theory is obviously what we're aiming for, but that's not how social science works. You can't have a universal theory of social science. Such a thing not even comprehensible. You can never ever have a comprehensive universal social science theory. So you need a scope, comprehensive scope of what does this theory cover, and you need to be able to define when, where, why. It needs to be able to show these conditions need to be met for this theory to work. It needs to be parsimonious, it needs to be testable, it needs to be heuristic, meaning it makes logical sense, and it needs to be falsifiable and predictive. Predictive meaning I can use this theory to show the other shit that will happen. And it means that at any point, if I find my theory is wrong, that means actually anytime that you prove your theory wrong, you wouldn't immediately just scrap the whole theory, you just redefine the comprehensive scope. The scope changes because you've now found a case in which it is not relevant or not applicable. So, yeah. Systems theory I don't like because of that, because systems theory is not parsimonious, it's not comprehensive, it's not testable, it's heuristic, it's not falsifiable, and it's not predictive. Sorry, I don't like systems theory. It's like uses and gratifications theory. I don't like that one either. Do I think about sex robots? I like them. I don't have a problem with sex robots. And also, if women are going to, if this RK selection theory stuff, where women are going to go for the savages to have the most reproduction, I don't see any problem with men getting sex dolls. Good for you, motherfucker. How autistic is Jeb Bush? I don't know. I don't have a measure of turtle autism. I love Orson Scott Card. Yes. He's actually pretty cool. VR porn, fine. How can you become as smart as me? I'm really not that smart. The thing is, graduate school is just like it's massive amounts of memorization. Why are there no bald women? And what? Biggest contribution to my political ideology. My dad, absolutely. My dad's my biggest influence. I'll talk about my dad a little bit because that's fun. Please clap. My dad is a libertarian as well. And when I was growing up, he's also a historian. He's a Civil War historian, I guess. And what I would do as a kid is, so where does fucking everybody go on vacation as a kid? You go to theme parks, you go to the beach, you do this kind of shit. Now, I did that too, but my dad never set us on a vacation destination where he didn't also know where every single historical site that had anything to do with the Civil War, where every graveyard that he could go to place little tiny Confederate flags on Confederate soldiers' graves, because no one else will place flags on those soldiers' graves. And in fact, they get destroyed often. Speaking of like false flag hoaxes, oh no, oy vey, the Jewish cemetery got fucking wrecked. Yeah, guess what? You know whose graves really get destroyed? Because fucking Confederate soldiers' graves really get destroyed. So that's how I grew up. Yeah. And so he always taught me that kind of shit. And I remember actually, I was in town the other day. I was walking down the street. Somebody that was a friend of my mom's saw me. And she was like relating, and we hung out for a little while, and she was like, oh, I remember when you were 10. And this woman, she's a potter and a hippie. She smokes weed every day. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I certainly do every time I get a chance. But she was like, do you remember when you were 9 years old and you looked at me and you said, you're a liberal, aren't you? So that's been a long going thing. It's not a new one. I don't like Dan Harmon, so I keep avoiding Rick and Morty. I know it's great, but I used to be a Harmontown fan, and he started just making me hate him, and now I don't want to watch Rick and Morty. Oh, they're removing the flag from the Dukes of Hazzard? Oh no! If you stop smoking, well, I don't smoke every day. I smoke to just calm down because I have really intense anxiety. I do play D&D. Yeah, I said that. Paladins from Final Fantasy 11. Let's see. Do I like Chinese cartoons? I used to like Chinese cartoons more. What about creepy sex robots? I don't see the difference between regular and what makes it creepy. Ed Feezer. No, I haven't heard of this guy. That's interesting though. I will look. I'm not as educated as I should be. What is in terms of politics? Which is why I do talk about politics, but I try to make everything framed from the lens of social science, because it's the only thing I would feel cool telling anyone about. I mean, I teach it, but what are my favorite series of cartoons or animated films? Well, I have 3 favorite animated films that I think I mentioned in my 1K special, which are Atlantis: The Lost Empire. I love that movie. Prince of Egypt and Road to El Dorado are my 3 favorite animated movies. Excuse me. Would it be creepy if someone made a sex robot out of you? No, I don't really care. I don't know. Like I think like it was Louis C.K. Who said that he would just donate his dead body so people could like masturbate on it and get all their really weird, gross fantasies out. That's fine. You're dead. I don't care. It's a fucking robot. Why would I give a shit? Have I been to the Uncanny Valley? Uncanny Valley research is something that I do a little bit of work on, not a lot, but yeah. And Uncanny Valley is interesting, and that is a problem with those sex dolls, is that they don't have the quite full human likeness to make them not creepy. D&D 2.0. Have you met Marvel's Champions? I have not. Is it better? I'm so done with Marvel right now. Decoding journalism over the last year. Yeah, it would be... I would have to do... I would feel like I would be repeating myself in some ways. I don't know. I could try to do that. The biggest problem is I have talked a little bit about the main things that you can see the media doing in terms of things I know that they were taught, things I know that they know not to do. They do it anyway. If you have unconsensual sex with your clone, is it rape? I don't know. Do I consider myself right-wing? Yes, I do. But as I'll tell people pretty much, I'm a libertarian, right? Or Hopian libertarian, whatever. So I'm economically conservative. My social views are pretty liberal. Because I don't give a fuck what you do. I just don't care. It's not my business. I don't give a shit what you do. And I don't really care about degeneracy. It's funny to just joke about. I'll joke about degeneracy all fucking day, but I really don't give a shit how degenerate you are. Just don't get it near me. Don't as long as you don't spray your degeneracy on me, I don't give a shit what you do. I mean, I'm not a degenerate. I'm totally pure. Let's see. How hard is statistics? Taking it in high school. What you're going to learn in high school is going to be real easy. I actually, like I said, as it's not obvious, look at my fucking computer. Whoops, to do that. It just deleted its wallpaper because this is a fake copy of Windows on my temporary install. But normally I would have SPSS up, and I could show you how SPSS works. Or just show you how it is. It's pretty simple. You don't have to really... Statistics, you can put most shit in a fucking program and do it. Maybe that's why I'm good at it. It's easy. Yeah, I'll be your big sister, but Alex Jones has to adopt me first so we can both be. Oh, thank you, Cold Summer 91. Thank you so much. What are your thoughts on people who benefit from disability? It depends. So, despite being a libertarian, I do think that this is hard, because now you're going to get into me confusing myself on my own beliefs that I am still working through, of whether or not that kind of caring for the disabled should be an act of charity or an act of the state. I don't like the state. I don't like the idea of a state. I never have. And so part of me wants to say I don't like the whole idea of welfare, but at the same time I do, because not everyone is dealt the same hand, and that's not always fair. It could be a very hardworking person, but a person who is very hardworking, but unfortunately, I'm not going to give you a fucking definitive statement because I don't have one, is that life's not fair, and that's the really sad part. And I know that that's not comfortable for most people, and that's the fault of that is the ultimate downfall of liberalism, is that liberalism wants to pretend like life is inherently fair. Why do I love Alex Jones? He just makes me laugh. He makes me laugh every fucking time I watch him. I just love him. He's hilarious. He's the funniest motherfucker. I think he's insane. Well, I think he's actually quite sane. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. He's just funny. On tradition, I don't have a problem with, I don't inherently have a problem with tradition. I think it's a personal logical choice, as are most things in life. I do think that the two-parent household and that male and female traditional roles have fucking real social benefits. There's real reasons for having a mother and a father, or even if it's two parents who are gay, even, I would say, and they're filling that same roles, because I don't have the fucking data to show me, because there have been enough studies that have done that have longitudinal enough, because we need long-term, multiple peer-reviewed, double-blind conducted research that is conducted over the period of time of 50 fucking years to be able to even tell if a gay couple is capable of having the same, if they're filling the same roles, of fulfilling the same outcomes, of achieving the same outcomes. I love Mr. Whittaker as a male and female partner in a long-term committed relationship for the purpose of child rearing. Yeah, he's funny. I love Alex Jones. If gender roles exist, why am I the woman? No, you can. See, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, maybe it's possible for men to take on the emotional caregiving role. I don't think there's any reason not to. I actually hate the fact that our society, I hate that term too, that Western society and all society at this point too, so denigrates the idea of male emotional, not fragility, but emotional strength, actually, of being an emotional caregiver. Because men can be. And women are probably maybe naturally better at it, just from the way their bodies work, the production of oxytocin, the way that they pair bond with children. But men are certainly capable of being caregivers. Thank you, Tabby D. Thank you so much. Yeah, see, I don't have the fucking information on the same-sex parents thing. Like I said, you're gonna have to conduct a 50 fucking year-long longitudinal research study, and that's gonna. Do you understand how expensive it is to conduct like a year-long longitudinal research study? It's gonna take a ton of fucking money. So, yeah. Please okay. Fuck. How old am I? I'm 26. Why are homosexuals? Yep, see, there's information on that too, that homosexuals... Why would I want a 50-year longitudinal study? Because I would want to see long-term life effects. Because otherwise, I'm not... a person who's 20 is not a person who's 50. And if you want to see an actual difference in terms of groups over a long-term period of time, I need 50 years of longitudinal data. Am I in a relationship? You've asked me that a couple times. I don't know if I should answer. Yeah, it's this like this idea that I've read this research too, that the community element of humans going into child rearing is very old, and it's actually one of the things I've heard for the existence of a gay and lesbian. Fucking goddamn motorcycle. Fucking off. Okay, it's some of the reasons I've heard for an explanation for the existence of gay and lesbians to sort of be not a third gender, because that's absurd, but to be a non-reproductive part of the community that helps with child rearing in that sense. I don't know. That research is like, we can't test it. This shit's difficult because yeah, see, I always say whether or not, because people unsub to me. Fuck, now I've lost my train of thought. Aren't most lesbians violent and stupid? There is data that shows that lesbians are really violent towards their own partners. Yeah. That's weird. You would, I mean, because aren't women supposed to be, we're so peaceful and wonderful. Joseph, no. Not yeah, Joseph's my favorite Joe star. Address the oppressed Kekistani people. Okay, my thing about Kekistan is, yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I like Kekistan. I understand why it pisses off people from Pol and pisses off the alt-right, the actual alt-right, which people probably consider me part of. I don't fucking know. Just because I talk, okay, we're on stream, so I'll be a little bit more honest. There's some shit that I do not feel comfortable talking about in videos because I already get demonetized like a motherfucker. So, stuff I don't feel comfortable talking about. And now I'm gonna lose my voice because I'm still like coming out of a cold. I can tell I'm losing it already. So, yeah, this one, that's not it. That's not it. That's the resources. This is the video I wrote over the last day and a half. Yeah, I don't do anything extemporaneously. I have to write everything. Yeah, that video is not gonna get fucking monetized because it's about terrorism, so it's not happening. women do tend to be competitive in a different way. The research that I've read, Dr. Alweis, who has done a lot of the research on bullying, and actually, here's an interesting thing, guys. You guys know about Sweden, how fucked it is in terms of the immigration crisis? 10 years ago, Sweden had basically eliminated all bullying in their early education classes. That's mostly the product of Dr. Alweis. And that's now no longer the case because you brought in a volatile element that does not get along with that. VD said libertarianism is dead because of immigration thoughts. Sorry. Thank you, Jackie Chung. And I'll read the screenplay. That'll be fun. I mean, like, I'll talk for however long, but I will read this. I got it right here. Basically, bullying had been eliminated from Sweden, and the way that they did it was by, like, you guys have fucking seen. Thank you guys so much for the donations as well. You guys have seen how bullying gets addressed in, like, PSAs. It's like, don't bully, it's mean. The way they got rid of bullying was basically just having, it wasn't to stop the bully. You can't stop the fucking bully. The bully's always going to do it, because usually, in the vast majority of cases, it's actually not just we have there's three different ways that you define it. You have an aggressor/victim, and then a pure victim. Most bullies fall into the bully/victim, the aggressor/victim category, meaning they're both being bullied and bullying back to assert a level of dominance, to a certain level of self-efficacy over others. It turned out that when you just had students be like, if you see someone getting bullied, don't approach the bully, just be supportive socially of the victim. It worked. It basically eliminated bullying from Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, where all in which his theories were instituted. So I don't know how I got on bullying. See, now I've lost my train of thought. This is not good. I like Stick Second Hammer. He's cool. Oh, did it? Is it okay? How's the mic? Opinions on Sweden? Sweden is fucked. Yeah, Sweden's real fucked. Do I have... yes, I do believe in the future of the West. I believe that it's called the East. It's called Poland. Poland and the Eastern European Slavs, they will save us. I think they will, actually. They have no fucking tolerance for this shit, and they've been removing kebabs for 100 years. I don't listen to much jazz. I listen to, like, contemporary stuff, sort of like Nujabes, but... T or A, you're asking tits or ass? Ass every day. Judeo-communism. When you do your videos, are you reading a pre-written... I am rereading a pre-written script. I cannot... I'm surprised. How are there fucking almost 300 people in this right now? Because I feel like I'm such a mess. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not very good at it. I'm not a huge metal fan. I like some, like, really laid-back, like, Icelandic metal. I'm mostly into... Yeah, I don't use the vaporwave aesthetic just because it's a meme. I actually like electronica, vaporwave, witch house. Witch house is my shit. Oh, here, I'll do this. Wait, did your tap water... It still smells like feet! It's so weird. Have I tried foam fighting? You mean, like, Amp Guard? Yeah, I used to do Amp Guard. Amp Guard was fun. Have you engaged in Aristotelian Thomas tradition of thought? I have not. I mean, Aristotle... I took an entire course on Aristotelian philosophy in college with a fucking Greek woman, by the way, who was our professor. She was great. My educated opinion on religion? Faith is good. Religion is dangerous. I played FF14 for a while, and I haven't really played any. I don't play a lot of games anymore. I like to play games. The YouTube shit takes up a ton of time. I am 5'7". Have I tried a water filter from Alex Jones? No, but I should. the cuck that I'm not talking about Destiny because he'll come in here and be an ass. FF6 is a great game. FF4 was the first Final Fantasy I ever played, so FF2, and I played it was FF2 because it was on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, I don't know. The water here is fucked. It just smelled awful the other day. It smells better now, but the other day it was really thirsty, and I got up to get a glass of water and it smelled like fucking dirty feet. Have I been called an ist? I have. You can certainly, some people, one person knows that or two people know that I was on Stefan Molyneux's radio show at one point because I was being called such an ist, a number of ists by a friend who is now no longer my friend, sadly. But I hope she decides to be my friend again. She is going to have to not be a feminist. I mean, I don't mind she's a feminist. She just has to not like hate me for it. She has to not hate me for not being a feminist. My favorite historical period? I love the just like across with the Europe, like the 800 to 900 period. Earthbound's like my probably favorite game of all time. Yeah. What I'm gonna do though, guys, to be entertaining, I found a thing. So I was actually, hang on, I'll make a noise so you can hear it. All right, this is my Calm Theory book, or binder, that has my notes on the very basics of my field. Ready? I'm gonna drop it on the table. That's what it sounds like. It's heavy. Oh shit! Oh no, hang on. I pulled my arm out. All right, not my actual arm, the arm for my mic. So I was going through this, and I realized that I had. Did I pull this up? I did. I did have it on Amazon, but I got rid of it. I ordered a really hardcore. Well, hardcore for me. It was a book on psychology research, on how methodology. So like a doctoral level book, by the way. So not something that an undergrad would have access to. But when I went through it, I found this, a series of pieces of paper with handwritten notes on a screenplay that this person had written. So the only way that this person would have had this book, meaning they're a doctoral or master's level student, and this is what they wrote. I'm going to read a little bit of it. If you're prepared. Tropical Voyage. That's the name. It's about a Haitian or African man or Latin man who lured, spelled L-U-R-D-E, 3 student back into Miami for a 5-year-ago grad from art institution. And dad sent them vacation ticket, hotel, plan ticket, and a letter from institution board. Director says this is for all school but grad. With top score for that year, all 3 students were shocked to meet up at Miami airport, learning that they're sleeping at same hotel, so all 3 decide to ride in the same taxi. Only if these 3 students know that old secret never die. That's underlined, by the way. When they was all partying on Josh dad boat, and the 2 guys, Josh, Alex, drug Anna, John Souffly, with Molly and rap her. With Molly's and rap her. Oh, they raped her. Oh, they rapped her. Excuse me. Rap her. She ended up catching a heart attack on boat while her friend Jane is drunk. And knock out Jane boyfriend made sure of that, so Jane don't know a thing. But the boys did not expect her to catch a heart attack, so they look at each other out of Josh, argued with Alex, telling him he's supposed to be running his father company, and he have made his whole, spelled H-O-L-E, his whole career in front of him. Let's just throw her over, no, spelled with a K. Nobody would know. What about Jane? She won't. Will we'll just say she probably jump off. Keep it a secret, Jane. Please, please, please. We have a whole, with an H, life in front of us. Soon is the guy throw body overboard. Anna Jane father, eye open wide, while he was asleep in his bed in Haiti of Latin Island. He made a deal with the witch doctor to sail his soul just to make it to Miami, Fla, to get revenge. The only reason White lives, cause she was innocent? Oh, it's supposed to say innocent. Innocent. When you innocent, witch doctors can't hurt you. What? It truly, dude, guys, there's several pages of this. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's a whole screenplay. I found this in a doctoral level textbook. What the fuck? Haiti of Latin Island. All right, I'm back though. No, this is a doctoral level. This person is clearly not English as a first language speaker. Yeah. Is there some convenient way to contact you? Yeah, aidenpaladin@gmail.com, or you can contact me on Twitter. I respond to everything. I'm really fucking chill. I don't know who the fuck wrote this. Will I be hot? Will you be willing to too hot for you? Oh, too hot for you too. I don't know. It's up to him. Is he still in here? Thank you, Shane Boatwright. And yes, what the fuck? We are doing a Hardbastard and I are doing a video that we record it. It'll be up. Yeah, like next week, I think. The collective forehead slap? No, I did not. Is he still in here? He was in here earlier. Hey. So yeah, we're doing something that'll be up next week. Making more money by streaming games. But no, I haven't heard of them. Thank you, Tyler. Opinions on the Young Turks. They're a bunch of fucking assholes. Let's see. What else? Oh, you can tell I'm from the South. I had to actually unlearn that. I used to talk like this. I used to have a very thick Virginian accent, but then I was able to, work on it and get that down. Then I moved to Baltimore, and so I'll read more if you fucking want to. But the Baltimore accent is like, it's like, so Baltimore's where I really grew up. It's like, shoot, now I'm not gonna be able to do it. I don't like being on the spot like this. We gotta go downtown. You gotta go sit in a booth down Dundalk. You get in the water. You go to the ocean, get in the water. Go see the O's. And get some brewskis. I can't do it anymore. Oh, fuck. Shit, sorry about my mic. Hang on. Jesus. Sorry about the mic. It fell. Trayvon Martin getting a posthumous call. It makes me so mad. Okay. This made me mad, but it's just like, this is virtue signaling to an extreme degree. Because, like, it's the same shit as Bill Nye being like, I'm a doctoral scholar because I fucking whoever gave me a fucking PhD. No. I mean, that's a nice gesture, I guess, but it's fucking stupid. Thoughts on the French election? Le Pen was never going to win. I'm sad. She wasn't going to win. Macron's a piece of shit. He's going to drive France more into the dirt. Whatever. Nothing we can do. Dude, which accent and read the script? Thank you so much, Little Man 211. Thank you. Chunk Yogurt. Yeah, fuck Cenk Uygur, the Armenian Holocaust denier. No, really, fuck him. He's a piece of fucking garbage. I can't stand him. He makes me sick. He's such a disingenuous asshole. I don't know how to do a Michigan accent. I really only can do those two. I used to be able to do Pittsburgh really well. Because Pittsburgh, we've got a unique accent here, too. Dolph Lundgren is a better scientist than Bill Nye from every quantifiable standard. Let me see where's the rest, because there's also illustrations. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I tried to look at this fucking thing. Well, you know, if I really wanted to find out who this guy was, I'm pretty sure his social security number. Yep, that's what that is right there. That is his social security number. Why would he leave this in a book? Find Kim Lee, Part 2. Kim Lee Wanted. Martial Arts versus the Streets of Miami. Low budget films under $10,000. I can tell what you're interested in, friend. Let's see. My opinion on Thunderfoot. I like Thunderfoot. I think that he has been in the Academy for so long that he gets blinded by some of the hypocrisy. He has personal logical reasons to support things like big government and big government spending on universities. I don't agree. But, you know, also, it takes some cojones to be like, hey, why don't you destroy my job? That's not for everybody, man. Like, I don't blame anyone for not being able to say that shit. Let's see, what's this one? Okay. More notes are part 1. Wow, this one's hard to read. Okay, these are actually his screen notes. So these, okay. I'm trying to find this. What else is interesting here? What? Note part 1, Kim Lee. Okay. Yeah, Chris Chan levels. Who the fuck? Kim Lee, what the fuck did you do? Why did you leave your shit on here? So this is for the movie. These are our notes. Not everything is as well labeled out as Tropical Voyage. But this one appears to be the script notes for Find Kim Lee Part 2, Kim Lee Wanted Martial Arts versus the Streets of Miami. I'm going to tell you motherfuckers what university I'm going to. Guy friend interview went about home, and she told him she bought home for clothes from bank. It was take by owner. And she asked, how? Ask. And he said, just thinking about take up real estate. Guy friend does research online and find out a lot, one word, about pass owner, and does tell anyone but his best friend, funny comedian friend, because he and helped guy friend cut wall open in his room with these same equipment goons leave there in his room. Before all the commotion, goons about to split open the wall. Bad guy, two friends telling him he never trusted their boss. It's always been something funny about him, and it's time to make other moves. Cause, spelled C-A-U-S, is a whole, spelled with an H, new game out there, Bad Guy 2 says. What you mean, Bad Guy 2? Young Goon said. It call Molly's pills mean... It called Molly's pills, man. That the new wave knew everybody in they mom... knew everybody in they mom doing it. And it's small, easy to hide, and make more money blood. Where the fuck we going to get it from, Bad Guy 2 said. I got a plug. You remember Logo Loco? Says Bad Guy 2. Logo loco in the man I don't. I fuck with them. 2 Chicos he roll with that crazy fool of his, Mighty Kong. That motherfucker shoot up everything and anything. Young blood man they good with me. I'm a pot things together. We going to meet at the spot, that little Latin spot over there. They meet at Latin spot over smart jester. Thing got a heated between Bad Guy 2's goons and that Mighty Kong dude. They're talking about guns. We are drowned, but thing got cool cause Loco told his dude and Bad Guy 2's dude it's money to be made. Money ever, feeling it's never personal, with his accent Latin goon speaks. Bad Guy 2 speaks on phone, and she listing at apartment. And Kim shows up and brutal fight with Bad Guy, or other guy location they fight cause they have guy friend. Boss fight out about Bad Guy 2's side deal pills operation through Star eavesdrops and kidnaps Young Blood and torture, spelled Torcher, Young Blood to tell him everything and kill him. After that, when Kim shows up and kills all goons and hurts Boss, he gets away hurt. Boss Man tells Bad Guy 2 Kim showed up and killed everybody, including his little homie, Young Blood. So we must find her and get revenge from that Chinese bitch, he said. Thank you. Raisegare Loki, thank you. Thank you, Ghost Enigma. I told you guys I was gonna have a really fucking fun time reading this shit. This isn't a doctoral level textbook. That's rip little homie. I'm actually laughing too fucking hard. Sorry. Oh, fucking A. Rip little homie. Oh, so did he leave? Maybe. Press F to pay respects to little homie. Look, I grade undergraduate papers all the time. This is some next level shit. See, here's the thing. When I found this, because I brought my academic textbook to the office, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be reading this textbook about some new research methodology that I'm interested in that I don't know how to do. And and I found it, and I read it in front of the other doc students, and they were like, that's dumb. And my thought was, how do you not appreciate this is a gold mine. This is this is someone's like just pure unbridled genius being poured onto the page. Well, I mean, there's more, but I don't know how much more is. Have I met any Irish people? Personally, a couple. I think a lot of my family still lives in Ireland. I don't know though. Or Wales, at least. I mean, obviously they're very different, but I think that we still have a lot of family members who live in Ireland and Wales. I think it was annoying. It's just like a week before. Do you guys remember when that whole thing happened where like all the celebrity nudes got doxxed? There's this one student in my master's program at the time when I got, no, this was PhD, never mind. This was when I was in the PhD. And she was like, I'm going to show all the professors all these leaked nudes. And they thought it was the funniest shit. I'm like, I found something amazing here. I found something truly amazing and nobody cares. Thank you, Starscream. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's an ESL. His English is a second language, obviously. He's Asian, the person who wrote this. Doesn't mean you have an excuse for writing that. I want to see it made. I drew my avatar. I drew all my art. Oh, that was the thing, like on Patreon. Like I didn't know if people wanted me to like do art for them or stuff as like a higher Patreon goal. I'm really slow at art, so whoever this was would have been okay. Again, I don't know who the fuck wrote this. Well, I mean, I guess I do. I could look up. He's put his social security number here, but I'm not gonna read that on stream, motherfuckers. Whoever has this, whoever wrote this, put this in a doctoral level. Like, okay, they put this in a book that is used by doctoral scholars as a reference for psychological research methodology, which is part of the reason it's so interesting. Because how the fuck did it? I think maybe maybe some professor who was using that book got this handed into him by a student, and then just was like, you know, in the kindness of his heart, just sent it off back into Amazon. So like it's like, fly away, little bird, bring joy to someone else, and now I'm sharing it with you. But yeah, it's some fucked up shit. Interesting, because I mean, this guy's really like, he's really serious in these pages. He's like, he's done research on how much money it would cost for him to produce one of these films. Where is it? Yeah, he's done research. He's got like a list of examples of films that were made for under $10,000, and how he could get money to essentially like just like it's like a list of ideas of how to raise money to make this a fucking movie. Interesting. I certainly hope. What's his name? I don't know his real name. I'm guessing his name is Kim Lay, because it's Kim Lay Martial Arts versus the Streets of Miami. I'm guessing that's his actual name. Actually, well, here he was buying a car. So we can see all of his notes about all the cars he was looking at buying in Florida. So we know where he lives. Kakistan being denounced by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Yeah, that's funny as fuck. Southern Poverty Law Center is such a joke in the first place. Yeah, it's hilarious. No, it's so funny. I mean, it's the okay symbol of everything. It's just the same kind of shit. Like, you don't get it. It's a joke. Like, how do you not get it's a fucking joke? I don't understand how. You have to have like no sense of fucking humor. Composers writing music and more conservative styles, idioms. I'm not sure, Philip. The SPLC's probably pretty much always been a joke, yeah. I mean, definitely now, but... Yeah, and they do think, obviously, they know it's a joke, yeah. Low-budget schlock does make the best movies. They listed the Sisters of the Poor as a hate group? Why do people believe the Holocaust is a myth? Do you want me to answer legitimately? People... Okay, I don't agree, by the way. But people believe that the Holocaust is a myth because it would basically be physically impossible when you look at the amount of time that is considered in the timeline of the Holocaust. For basically, if 6 million Jews died, they would have to have been killing like 6 Jews a minute or something. It's a very high number. I don't agree with people who think that the Holocaust didn't happen at all, but it has been massively overblown. Shit! Now my fucking channel's gonna get shut down. God damn it! You can't talk honestly about stuff like that. But I mean, it's you can't talk honestly about any of that shit. You can't talk about how gypsies were fucking killed massively. You can't say that kind of shit at all. And you certainly can't talk about how fucking 10 to 20 times the number of people who died in the Holocaust died under Mao and Lenin and Stalin. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Now I gotta say it. I'm not gonna saying. I'm scared, see? I don't want to... That's it. They just get a dislike for saying the truth about the Jews. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm sorry. No, I don't deny the Holocaust, that it happened. I think people who are Holocaust deniers are saying what I just said, which is that it's been overblown. I mean, if it's abortion drugs are a fucking hate crime, then what the fuck is Planned Parenthood? You guys think like I need to say the 14 words? I think you already know. Oh yeah, summon V. That would be great. I would love to summon V. Is that like a Patreon goal for me to say the 14 words? I don't know. Let's see, eugenics. Yeah, it's kind of shit like you can't fucking talk about. Did HB leave? He probably did. He's busy. I'm just bullshitting. It's so funny. I hate my voice. Oh no! See, look, now I'm getting dislikes. I named the Jew, and now I'm gonna get disliked. It's not even like I'm saying that like Jews did anything wrong. Even I'm just saying like the 6 Garillion's kind of like not really an accurate number. Oh no, he's still here. Cool. Okay. Do you want me to say the 14 words? Should I do it? It would take out of context. I'm gonna record this because I'll try to fucking put this up. By the way, so I'm gonna record this and take my 14 words and be like, look at this Nazi. Poll's the only place where people can speak honestly because there's no limitation on freedom of speech. Happened with a Nobel. The scientist, I forget his name, who did he end up selling his award? I guess I think he was going to sell it because he was showing that that there was a racial component to IQ. Okay. Are you all right? So we must secure the existence of our race and a future for white children. Well, I'm not surprised if they didn't. SPLC is such a fucking joke. Bill Clinton is a rapist. Infowars.com. Super male vitality. Jesus fucking Christ. I said the 14 words. Thank you, Subpar Man. Oh man, these dislikes are really ramping up. Turn on those fires, motherfucker. Rev them up, excuse me. This is fun, guys. Yeah, whenever you want me to shut up, I'll shut up, but like I don't give a fuck. Since this is the 10K stream or whatever, it's like this is just funsies. Of course now, yeah, I'm gonna get... You want me to do it in the accent? Which one? The Virginian accent? I'll have to try, because I haven't had a Virginian accent in so long. It's been a very long time. Oh god, the dislikes are coming. Oh, somebody knows. Oy vey. I'm sorry. Citizen Armor, yeah. Thank you again, Tyler. Yeah. No, it's weird. Isn't that weird? Well, one dislike went down. The Daddy of 5 thing, unbelievable. What an asshole. The only problem I had with it is we didn't know if the biological mother was going to be any better. So who knows? My favorite podcast, besides the Dick Show, which everyone knows I like, Red Ice I'll listen to, and but my main podcast actually is Your Mom's House, so I'd love for you to draw me. Alex Jones, yeah, he's a professional shit poster. I wasn't like Milo. As much as I like Milo in some ways, as a professional provocateur, he is inherently kind of hateable. Wow, somebody's mad. Joe Rogan, yeah, I listen to Joe Rogan. Sometimes, not all the time. I love Filthy Frank. I love Filthy Frank. I saw that, what, excuse me, fuck. I'm coming out of a cold. It's not obvious. Yeah, I saw Dick live 3 weeks ago. Hang on. Wow, that was 2 hours ago. Fuck. No, just have fun. What would my Dick Show rage be? It would be my last video I made, essentially, which is, I don't like the fact that students are forced to go to or people that high school students are forced to go to college. I really dislike that. I think that people should do what they want. I think that a college education in current year is actually quite silly for the majority of things. It makes me very angry. So what's what I talked about when I went to the Rage show was so if you go look at the Rage board, you can find it. Oh, I'll find it. I'll see it because he posted it on the Dick Show. Hang on. Actually, this will probably take forever and be totally pointless. When he posted this, oh, I hate his website, by the way. I hate the way he has it organized. That was just last episode. So it's been down here. Yeah, here we go. Which one's mine? Because I have terrible handwriting, so it's usually very Italians. That was one that actually got on the stage. Where's my terrible handwriting? Let's see. Jeez, I can't find it now. And I found it before real easy. See, this is the kind of thing, well, I wasn't intending to bring this up at all, but this would be a thing that would have been good to have brought up beforehand. Here it is. That's one, that right there. Making kids go to college, for professor, which I spelled wrong. I was really drunk. So this whole thing is spelled all kinds of wrong. There it is right there, though. Yeah, that makes me a rage. Joseph Jenkins, what was your question? I do have really bad imposter syndrome, actually. I've had to deal with that. I have really bad imposter syndrome. Ghost Stories anime. I haven't watched anime in a while. If Dick would have me on the show, I would be so fucking happy. I had to talk about Comey. He deserved to be fired. He was a fucking dick. He wasn't doing his job right. Yeah, Netflix censoring the old Bill Nye show. Not surprised. Asterios he's the kind of cuck where you just feel bad for his cuckoldry. He's not even like, what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is something that you find with a lot of graduate students and doctoral students, where we don't feel like we're good enough to be. We feel like we're imposters in our own role. Nah. Basically, it's like you feel like you get into a position of higher education power, and you feel like you're not supposed to be there. And it's so funny when you have like a scientist. Fetishist. No, science hobbyist. Because I don't think Nye is a fetishist. He's a hobbyist who obviously feels so highly about themselves and their ability to be scientists. And then you have people like me who are like, it's hard for me to call myself a scientist. That's how difficult it is. Mad Cook Star Trek Discord. I haven't been in it, yeah. Milo in a cage math with Unison? Who? Yeah, Asterios' wife or ex-wife is banging dudes in his apartment or in an apartment he pays for. That is I like Asterios. Now I have right here to my right, about 5 feet away from me, a piece of fabric from his Santa costume that he ripped off and threw at me. So I could smell Asterios Kokonos's dick area right now. I'd rather not. But yeah, he is literally a fucking cuck by like pretty much every definition. No. Imposter syndrome is just like, I just don't feel like I'm good enough to do this shit. Go away. Thank you, everybody on 10K, by the way. Thank you so much. Do I think Ghazi Kodo could be the next Hitler? I think Ghazi Kodo is the next Hitler. I think rape incident. What happened with Tommy Robin? Which rape incident was that? That shit happens so fucking often now. I get confused. Yes, I know I know Iceland. So I love Iceland. I want to go to. I've been saving up. I have a fund to go to Iceland. I want to go. I want to do literally like a south to north tour of Reykjavik to Akureyri and just see the whole fucking country. Thank you, Tabby D. Thank you so much. I'm blocked by Steve Shives. Never had anything to do with him. Never said a shit. Damien Poe, draw whatever you fucking like. You could draw me as like a troll, like literally like a fat fucking like cave monster. That would be neat. I don't care. I don't give a shit. In Iceland, the population people there seem very nice. Well, I would like to go to Blue Lagoon to go to a couple of the hot springs, but also to see the landscape. I forget the name of the Reykjavik music festival. That's fucking amazing. I really want to go there. Oh, I would actually start a fund to send Ghazi to Africa. Let's send him to fucking Zimbabwe. I think we should and that's what I really need to do. We need to get a fund to send Ghazi Kodo to Zimbabwe. Who's Caesar Duran? So you guys are asking about stuff I don't know now. Now you're breaking my brain. I know about a lot of stuff, but not everything. Steve Shives lives in his own weird fucking world. I find very bizarre. I don't know how much longer we're gonna do this because I'm losing my voice if it's not obvious. Steve Shives lives in his own weird world, and I mean it's no fucking surprise, is it? Considering that he blocks everyone else. So I mean, and he does actually live in an echo chamber. There's he would be an interesting case study kind of person. Yeah, he likes chicks with dicks. I get that, but Zimbabwe is where they took all the white farmers' lands. How much do I look like my avatar? It's a cartoon, so it's hard to describe. I do have short hair, but I posted a picture of my hair in one video because I do have a side cut. So it's like cut all on the sides and it's blue on top. And I did do that to bamboozle people. FDR episode. What? Which Free Domain Radio episode I was on? We'll find it. I don't care anymore. Whoa. Well, it helps if I put radio, doesn't it? Jesus Christ. I know the episode if I see it. We're not going to listen to Molly meme. Should have been here, maybe? Now I can't. Oh, shit. It's been a while now, so he records fucking 4 times a week for hours, and it ends up getting really over inundated. But there's no date on this shit either. I know I found it not too long ago. London? Okay. What happened before this? Shoot. Am I still at liberty? I'm not gonna be able to find this, guys. It's somewhere in here. Oh, I think it's around here. Shoot. I'll send you it. It does exist. I was on his show. Not as Aiden Paladin, but I was on his show. What was specifically put? Well, no, there was actually research behind that. That wasn't completely a lie. It wasn't that it was making the frogs gay so much as that it was feminizing the frogs so that they would actually, because frogs have porous skin, right? So they pick up any chemical in the water is picked up through their skin much more easily than humans. So it's like it was feminizing them essentially. I'd love to be on David Rubin. I love Dave Rubin. He's great. I'm sad Le Pen lost, but I'm not surprised. If I were George Greer, what would I have crawl up my anal canal? Like, preferably nothing. Am I lesbian? Oh, I have more than one Icelander viewer? Motherfuckers, let me come there. Come. No, let me fucking come move over with you guys. I love your country so much. It also... Skull. Is that it? No, I can't remember how to say cheers even. Because I found a hostel I was going to stay in Reykjavik. Thank you, Cusco. Thank you so much. I love Gad Saad. He and Jordan Peterson are people that I would consider to be my my senpais in terms of my direct thing. I'm a little bit more. I'm on the graduate level. I'm not a fucking tenured scholar, obviously, but I think it does give me. No, of course I'm not gonna riot because Le Pen lost. I'm not a liberal. Yeah, I'm obviously not a tenured scholar. So, but I think one of the things that I can do that is a little bit different from what, as cool as Gad Saad and Dr. Peterson are, is that I'm a little bit closer in age to a lot of my audience, and a little bit closer in my ability to meme. So, and I also believe, and one of the things I really respect about Dr. Peterson is that he puts his lectures up online, and that's what I want to do too. Eventually, if I feel more okay doing my more just like, not just like I'm going to drop some information in a video, but I'm going to actually do a full lecture. That would be an ultimate goal, is to just put up lectures, because as I've expressed, I don't like the fact that people have to pay the amount of money they have to pay to get a college education when you can Google this shit pretty easily. But if it's easier for you to hear it from somebody in a professorial or a pedagogical environment, I'd be more than happy to do that. Sean and Jen, that's their name, isn't it? I think they might be Pose. They're so insane. He's so insane, whatever. Yeah, I haven't watched all of his Maps of Meaning videos, but my lectures, it would be what I was going to do today, which I was going to talk a little bit about theory, because if I didn't have, this is going on for 2 fucking hours, so for forever. Like I said, I'm losing my voice now. But I was going to talk a little bit about theory of reasoned action and work you through this equation. Basically, what this equation is, this is not related to politics or anything, but it's something that I really like to teach undergraduates, because they tend to be able to utilize it. Anyone can utilize this equation in a very useful way. So it's a behavioral intent, which is AB W1, which is, well, this is the first answer. This is social normative W2, and then AB, of course, is the sum of B, which is the belief or the evaluation of the belief, positively or negatively valenced, and the strength of the belief, which is the BI or whatever. And that's the sum of those two. Then you have to put that in this equation. With the social normative beliefs, where NB is the motivation to comply. So like how, again, positively or negatively valenced, you can do this equation with any type of scale. However, typically it works well on a 1 to 10 or 1 to 100 scale. When basically what this is this is a theory where you can use numbers to make any decision and decide if it's a good decision about something in your life. It's kind of neat. I like shit like that. I'm again, I've got that autism. So this would be classified under this is a communication theory of reasoned action. Could you consider it pure math? No. I mean, it is pure math, but this is taking human psychology and human communication and breaking it down into mathematics, which is how I like to do it. And I am rare. We're not super abundant, but the weird fucking empiricists, quantitative empiricists push positivists. But here we are. I love math. I was not good at it at first because I had really bad teachers. But when I got into graduate school, I had great teachers who actually wanted to. Thoughts on King? Oh, sorry. Okay. I had really good teachers who taught me a lot of good shit. My thoughts on King Ass Ripper. He is the fucking king. He is the king of farts. I love King Ass Ripper. I wish he would get on mommies so bad. Well, yeah, I just thought I'd bring this up, like, because people, you know, we've clearly got enough topics that I didn't need to do this. I just had it here in case it's like, if it got, I can't believe we've had almost 300 people the entire time. Not a normie. I'm just autistic. I just like, it gets called autism because I just like numbers. I don't like not having a numerical value to attribute to stuff. If I can attribute numbers to everything, way better. Oh, I love Christian. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, thank you for the congrats on the 10K. Why did I choose Ace or True? As I said, though, it was like it just worked. Just worked for me. My dad was a historian. He found out basically he traced our family back through William Shakespeare. And at some point, William Shakespeare's family had been raped by Vikings, and yeah, and I was like, oh, I'll take this rapist religion. Neat. No, it's cool. It was just fun. Surviving psychology as a white male. My favorite, Liquid Chris was the best. Liquid Chris was the fucking best. Surviving psychology is not going to be as hard as if you were in a more cucked area. Beginning Gen Z undergrad, yeah, they're doing better. They'll at least approach me. They will at least approach me and ask me questions about shit that I don't think would have been asked 5 years ago. Like they'll come after me. They won't say it in class, but they will come up to me after class and ask me questions that are dangerous. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like they'll ask me questions about race and sex and gender and stuff like that I don't think you were allowed to do before. Yeah, Vikings raped Shakespeare's granddad or whatever, and that's me. How to survive women's studies with a penis? Don't go into women's studies. It's very easy. Yeah, I'm a professor, so don't spread it around too much. I'll get in trouble. I mostly teach online classes right now, which is why I can do stuff. I don't think it was a female Viking. I mean, it might have been. It was somebody in Shakespeare's family's past because there had been a ton of research done on the Shakespeares. That's why my dad found out. Humongous is a folk hero, as is Base Stickman. People think I'm like joking about being a professor. Is that like a? Is it? I mean, I'm not bullshitting. Like my knowledge of social science isn't bullshit. I'm actually am. Yeah. I can't red pill students. What skeptic YouTubers have I interacted with? Besides Hard Bastard, if you want to call him a skeptic, I guess he is. Is he still here? He's probably really irritated if he's still here because the stream's been going on too long. A couple of smaller people. The honey badgers reached out to me yesterday, which is great, and I'd really like to talk to them. That would be amazing. I did hear Humongous is running for city council. It's great. Altana Volt just means the will of Altana. Altana is a goddess of light. Do you think Big Red has helped the MRA movement? Yeah, probably. Probably, because she's such a fucking bitch. I don't know. Like, whoever wants to talk to me, it's so weird. Yeah. Who wants to talk to me? He's fucking busy, I'm sure, so. HBR, I can't place that acronym right now. Yeah, skeptic community, I don't like it. I don't like the whole idea of it. Big Red is the red pill. Yeah, that's funny. She's a psychopath. I think she probably has a mental disorder. I can say that as having looked at that shit before. She's got some kind of mental shit that's going on that's making her reach out this way. I don't know if I'm gonna be on Honey Badgers. They just reached out to me yesterday, so we'll see. It might be a thing. Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. Fuck me. I also teach where I won't tell you where I go to school. It's the same thing. Yeah, I would be really hyped to actually be on there with the Honey Badgers because they're great. And yeah, I was really astounded they reached out to me. I'm not like the biggest men's rights advocate. I am a men's rights advocate, but I haven't been super vocal about it. I don't like contacting anyone. If people want to contact someone else for me, that's fine. I'm not going to contact anybody. I don't like it. I'm really anxious, so I don't like to contact anybody. You contact me, that's fine. I'm just too scared to talk to anyone else. Yeah, skeptic is like people who call themselves skeptic. Yeah, it's like people who call themselves intellectuals. I don't like that term. Oh, Karen's absolutely my favorite badger. I love Karen. She's so smart. She's eloquent. She's fucking amazing. Red's the secret creator of the MRAs. I mean, who is the biggest symbol of the radical left? Layman and I added him on Skype today. I didn't know if he was going to be in this chat. I would have answered his questions because I answered them on Twitter, but I would have answered them more directly and more in detail. I think Layman and I would probably get along well if we chatted together because we both have advanced degrees. Not in the same field at all. And I could tell that from the questions he answered. I was like, I don't completely understand what you're saying because I think that sometimes when you're talking to someone who's not in the direct same field as you, you have different vernacular. And you have to readjust for that a little bit. I love Dr. Lehman, though. He's great. He makes me laugh so fucking hard. Because I don't know how you live in Germany and are an academic and don't give that many shit, or don't give any shits about just being a total shitlord. Shrimp pill? What's that? My favorite flavor of bleach. I'm a purist, so Clorox, obviously. I don't. What is shrimp pilled? I don't even know this meme. Dude, yeah, what the fuck happened to the dislikes? They went down. The leftist Islamist Holy Alliance, Unholy Alliance, if you want to call it that, it's formed because have I dated any liberal guys? Or am I dating any liberal guys? That would be a good question. The leftist Islamic Alliance, yeah. that's going to blow up in their face. The reason they've done that in the first place is because they're trying to get more votes, and they're trying to get more people on their side. But the fact of the matter, or they're trying to virtue signal. It's one or the fucking other. It's obviously not logical, because it's insane that these people think, because okay, they cannot logically believe that what they're doing is in line with their own politics, right? Because it obviously is not. So I don't know. I think it's indoctrination on the part of the left, not on the masters, obviously, but in terms of the people on the ground. They've been indoctrinated to thinking they can't have these bad, these nasty, mean opinions. But yeah, that's gonna blow up in their face, absolutely. And you could say it's RK selection theory, which maybe it is, but I don't know. Are they? Is it just a bunch of women who want fucking Arabic dick because it's I don't know. It's RK selection, so it's more like just fucking as much as possible. Is that what it is? I don't know. I've heard a friend of mine say that it's misplaced white guilt, and so it's like we've been told as whites we're so bad, we're so terrible, that it's misplacing it upon Islam, which is not a race-based ideology. It's a ideology, but it's not based on any racial reality. Yeah, is it that they just are allying because they're groveling, because they're the dominant males? And I think that is, and it would make sense if you think that Western women have cucked Western men to the point where Western men don't have any efficacy left. If they don't have any efficacy, if white, not just white, but any Western men no longer have the efficacy or the power structures, makes sense why they would seek out powerful men. Just if you're looking at it from an evolutionary standpoint. Now, that doesn't mean everything that we do is based on evolution. We are more complex as a species. But, well, there is certainly a argument. Thank you, Jack Junko. So it'd be, wow. おやすみなさい. Do I believe in the gay agenda or an autistic agenda? Not really. I mean, there might be, but whatever. I should believe that they believe Muslims are. Yeah, that's weird that the left seems to think that Muslims are a race. That's really racist, because it would basically erases the different cultures, societies, realities of people in Southeast Asia who are generally speaking. I love Milton Friedman and Ayn Rand, and so Friedman's probably my favorite though of those three. Yeah. I'm not an occultist. Everything I do is personal belief and personal faith, personal worship. Yeah, I've heard this. I saw like an article not too long ago that was like someone killed herself because she couldn't find a guy when she was 30. I mean, I've fucking been there. And yeah. Yeah, we've fucked up women a little bit in the West. I'm sorry if I use actually that is a fault of mine. I tend to use overly complex verbiage, overly complex words, and I don't mean to do that. It's a product of my education. Have I ever entered a cult? I was a subgenius. Does that count? I am. Well, I don't know if I am anymore, but I was for several years a registered minister in the state of New York as a subgenius. But not anymore. And I mean, like, whether or not you call subgenius, well, we're a fake cult, right? It's a joke. Hmm. What's my IQ? I always forget. IQ is a really bad test. I had to learn how to do it when I was in undergrad. A subgenius. A subgenius is it's essentially a fake religion that is designed to mock New Age religions like Scientology. So, for example, we believe that on July 5th, 1997, the world will be consumed in fire, and the aliens will come to take us up into to take us, the true believers, up into their spaceships, along with our savior, J.R. quote Bob Dobbs, the greatest salesman who ever lived. You have to put up your hand in a Hitler salute, in a Roman salute. Place your hand out there. Yeah, bring the slack. Then you place 2 fingers underneath your Adam's apple on your throat, and you go. Whoa! That's our battle cry. Yeah, it's. I'm sorry for appropriating your cult, dude. That's Steins Gate. Yeah, no, it's fun. It was funny. We used to have really good time. If you guys know anything about computer programming, if you've ever heard of Slackware or anything that has the word Slack in it, yeah, it was created by SubGenius. It does sound similar to Scientology because it was invented to make fun of Scientology. So we just go to a campground because here's the thing: the government's lying to you. They said that July 5th, 1997 already happened, but here's the thing: didn't happen yet. We still have to show up every year. Wait for the aliens to show up. July 5th, 1997. We're still waiting for it. It will happen. Yeah, we're waiting. We wait every year. We burn a big symbol. Fuck, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we wait every year for the aliens to show up. They don't show up. Now they moved their campground. They used to be in New York State. Now they moved it to Ohio. I don't go anymore. Is it true that people are fucking with Confederate graves? I have seen them having been fucked with, yeah. Are traps gay from a social psychological standpoint? Actually, from a social psychological standpoint, traps are the furthest from gay as it can possibly be. For the research that we have that's evident and extant, it actually shows that one of the first things that men look at in terms of a sign of vitality and fertility and sexual arousal are dicks. So, no, inherently traps are not gay from a psychological standpoint. I like to be a contrarian because that's fun. But yeah, traps aren't gay from a psychological standpoint. I mean, I can pull up the study. There's a couple of studies on it, actually. Oh my god, how long has this been going on for? This is fun, guys, but I don't want to waste everyone's time. I mean, I could find the study. It's really easy. Just type in why do men like dicks? Basically, when they did some comprehensive research, or some social scientists did comprehensive research on what men find attractive, it was stuff like dicks and feet. Don't fucking start the Toto shit, Heavy Metal Ghost motherfucker. You know exactly what you're doing, you asshole. Trapdoors are also gay. Am I ever going to do a face reveal? I don't know. I'll do it when Hard Bastard does it. How about that? Yeah, I mean, it's a nice meme, traps are gay. It's funny. I'm waiting for him if he's still here. When he does the face reveal, I'll do mine. Okay, so you don't have to bother him about it, not me. Trump did reveal his taxes. Rachel Maddow revealed Trump's taxes and then got fucking embarrassed because she was so retarded about it. I feel like everyone thinks I'm like super fat is the thing. Is that like because I'm a conservative and I'm a woman and I'm talking about shit like I must weigh like 10,000 pounds. Like here's the thing, guys. Yeah, I'm fucking enormous. I'm way fat. A native cat. Yeah, I'm just an innocent farmer, you know, tending my memes. What's my thought on the fact that every man has tried to suck their own dick at least once? I mean, well, more power to you, I guess. No face reveal. Okay. I don't know. So now, yeah, like I said, it's outside of my hands now. Go bother him. Is Don Lemon dumber than Rachel Maddow? No, I think actually, I think Don Lemon actually has a semblance of intelligence. He's just disingenuous. Rachel Maddow is an actual retard. The encroachment of social justice effects on TV and stuff. Yeah. There's a lot to cover there. That would be more than one video. That would have to be a lot. Because that's everything. It's my whole field. That's all my research, pretty much. That would be very difficult to cover in any sort of succinct way. Well, I do hentai voice work. If you're gonna pay me, okay. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I did draw the avatar myself, yes. It's an old avatar. I was actually going to start a YouTube channel in like 2010, 2011, and I gave up on it. But this is the avatar I made for that. I just gave it more emotive features. I hate The Big Bang Theory. Did I watch Dear White People? I watched one episode of it. This is so weird. People always think I have. Why do you guys think I have a good voice? I hate my voice, guys. This is terrible. I have like the most. I have all my life been like. I'll be on a fucking. I'll be playing Dota or Overwatch. It's like, who's this 12-year-old boy? Like, I am not a 12-year-old boy, but it's close enough. So I have a 12-year-old boy voice. Actually, that's who I could voice in an anime. It's a 12-year-old boy. Get Out wasn't that bad. Get Out was just like a really mediocre horror movie. In my review, I gave it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, everyone does think they have a shit voice, I know. Yeah, no, I understand that, but it's just weird. It's just weird. Rachel Maddow has a PhD in political science. I'm gonna fucking bury myself alive. That's depressing. And his Borderlands in the intro, yeah. I feel like I sound like Pat from SNL. Yeah, I've got the dominant older woman voice, I guess. In Animus. Animus. Favorite Overwatch character, Symmetra. I identify with her autism. My favorite class in games? In RPGs, I usually general RPGs so this is in general, I'll play a ranger or some kind of ranged character with a bow. Otherwise, I will play a bard if I'm given that kind of option. That's about Ada Ada. No, see, I've got mom voice, but I'm not Mercy. I'm not Mercy. Oh, I'd love to do Lust from FMA. I don't look like Tracer though, not IRL. I mean, a little bit. I mean, we're from the same fucking island, I guess. Ultimately speaking, One Piece is a pretty base anime. Yeah, it's good. I'm more into Gintama, but One Piece is good. My favorite D&D setting. I would really actually like to play a. Fuck off! God damn it! I would really best fictional family, no fucking choice, and about what I was gonna say. Best fictional family, Witcher, Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri. Absolutely fucking the best. That is, I've never gotten to play an RPG in the world of The Witcher, a pen and paper RPG. I'd really like to play that as a in the world of Witcher. I'd really enjoy that, or Vadesman, whatever. Is the concept of an intellectual community inherently bad? I love Hunter x Hunter, by the way. And yeah, my favorite JoJo again is Joseph. Is the concept of no, the concept of an intellectual community is not inherently bad. It's the way that it's been distorted, raped, and destroyed by cultural Marxism. At one point, being an academic, being an intellectual did mean something. It no longer does. Yeah, I always forget the name of the author of Hunter x Hunter. He's like really sickly though. He's married to Naoko Takeuchi, so I like Tokugo. Psychopath is okay. Rather watch Minority Report. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is like the best that's going on in Shonen Jump right now. Oh, please don't. I hate Triss. Please don't tell me I sound like Triss. That'll ruin my life. That'll ruin my whole day. Yeah, yeah, Tagashi, yeah. I haven't really played any Ys games. There is a pen and paper Witcher RPG. I fucking yeah, motherfuckers. You think I like joke about this shit? I'm such a fucking nerd. I actually go to conventions all over the country. I did this the last time I streamed. Bringing up my presentations. Fuck, get the right fuck out of here. The fuck is this? How do I get rid of this horrible thing? Ah, oh god damn it. Jesus, you can't get rid of this terrible. All right, thank you. Here's my Witcher panel. I'm probably not let this go on too much more long, guys. If you can't tell, I'm losing my voice. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter's been on hiatus for forever. Well, Yennefer is the only choice. Triss, if you know anything about Triss as a character, she's a very awful she's a really terrible human being. She's a really bad person. The process for writing my scripts is really easy. I get really fucking mad. Well, yeah, first, hang on. This computer is really shit. This computer, like I said, this is about to be moved out. I've got the new box sitting right next to me. It just doesn't have the new GPU in it. So I'm waiting for the new GPU to come in, and then I'm gonna terrifyingly try to install it because I haven't really installed anything on a computer in a really long time. That intense or that involved. So basically, what I do first is I'll collect all these links like this. Now, if I'm doing something that's more related to social science, I know that if you're a social scientist, or any kind of scientist, you have to know citations off the top of your head. So I just will put my citations in there. But like Jesus Christ, this is a lot of links actually. And then I'll go and write the video. So this is the next video. This video is either going to go up tomorrow. I was going to record it today, but it was like we reached 10K, and I was like, I should do a stream. So yeah, this will be the video that will go up tomorrow. It's in 8 pages, 7.5. Not too bad. Might add some more. Meh. Oh. To build my own computers, I upgrade. Fuck. Oh, do you hear this shit? I usually will like buy. I'll buy like a partially built computer, and then I'll just upgrade it. It's easier to do it that way. I'm lazy. All right. This is my Witcher panel. We were talking about Witcher a little bit. What was I talking about, though? I don't remember. Anyway, if you have a question about The Witcher, I can answer any fucking question about it, because I know everything about this series. I know fucking everything about this series. No, I live next to a really busy street, and there's always cars driving by. Syria's best girl, Syria's best daughter. Yeah, sorry about the cars, guys. I can't help it. I'm trying to actually think about... Like, here's the thing. I'm trying to soundproof this room, but the fact of the matter is I'm never going to be able to soundproof this room. Why is Triss so bad? Where should I start? Okay. In the very first Witcher book, it is revealed that, well, okay, so in the very first Witcher book is when, well, not the very first one, the first collected book is where Geralt and Yennefer meet each other, where they are tied together forever because he makes a pact with a Jean to not kill her, essentially. So their lives will be forever intertwined. Triss is Yennefer's best friend, and she has the biggest fucking boner for Geralt, to the point where, because over the years, Yen and Geralt have, they've gone on and off in their relationship. She would wait till any time where Geralt and Yen were fighting and would immediately try to get on his dick, and it worked a couple times. So where the major saga starts up, the saga which is the Ciri story, Blood of Elves, is she's sleeping, in Kaer Morhen in the Witcher castle, and she is basically just masturbating in bed and hoping Geralt will come and fuck her, and just dreaming about it, and like she's like, oh, I hope my best friend forever, Yennefer, doesn't find out about it. She's a complete fucking whore. The only reason she even went to Kaer Morhen is she wanted to fuck Geralt. We're not even getting to the rape yet. No, the rape hasn't happened yet, Mark Kelly. No, I'm talking about the fucking... I'm placing the fucking... The basis here, the groundwork. We're not even talking about the rape. All right? So she does that. She wants Geralt to fuck the shit out of her. She tries to seduce him. Doesn't work. Because Geralt is looking out for his daughter. He's concerned with his daughter, and that's about it. And yeah, she's just a huge bitch. And then when Geralt finally meets back up with Yennefer at there's a big ball for all of the sorceresses, and all the sorceresses at the gala want Geralt's dick, and they don't want him because they think he's hot. Even they want him because it's like, how lewd and weird of Yennefer as an incredibly rich and prosperous sorceress to fuck this Witcher. And so they all kind of want his D as well. And Philippa Eilhart also tries to get his D at the gala. And and Triss tries to do it there as well. And Yen goes over to her and is like, you think you're my friend? Verbally bitch slaps her. Shit happens. Yen gets kidnapped, essentially. Fuck off. God damn it. Yen gets kidnapped, other shit happens, but one of the things that's most important is that Triss sells out information about Ciri's location and Yennefer's location to the mages. She totally fucks them over. Yeah, Philippa wanted Geralt's dick really hard in the books. Probably just to piss off Yen. But, she sells out their location, all the while being like, oh, I view Ciri as a little sister. And I view Yen as my best friend, but sells them out time and time again, completely fucks them over. It's terrible. She's such a bitch. And then when you want to talk about the actual games, because, here's the worst part. At the end of the entire saga, spoiler alert, the end of the entire saga, where after years, the fam is finally reintroduced to each other. So Geralt, Yennefer, and Ciri they have been. Yennefer has literally had all of her fingernails pulled out. She has been fucking tortured for months at a time, and she has been just rescued by Geralt and Ciri, and they are finally reintroduced. Who the fuck steps in to make sure that shit doesn't happen anymore? It's fucking Triss, who's like, you guys gotta go back to the witches' coven because you're not allowed to have this family happiness. So that got destroyed. And then, of course, at the end of the Witcher books, Geralt and Yennefer both die fighting in a peasant revolt. Ciri is laying on top of both of their dead bodies and crying and saying, "You selfish motherfuckers," and sends them to essentially Valhalla, kind of, or wherever the Witcher games start. But then you have to deal with the Witcher games, which only make Triss even more of a bitch, because Triss lies to Geralt about. So she's like, "Oh, you have amnesia. I don't know anything about your life." Yeah, she knows very explicitly about his life and refuses to tell him. Triss is a terrible character. People who just play the games, I can understand why you wouldn't. Fuck off. Why you wouldn't know that. Triss is a really bad character. That's my own. She is a bitch. I mean, like, you can still like her. She's just rude. She's mean. She's not a good character. She just wants the D so bad. Ciri and Missel's brief relations. Everyone talks about the lesbian romance in The Witcher. It was fine. Actually, I would actually consider what happened between Ciri and Missel rape, because Ciri was being raped by what's his name, and then Missel saved her, and yeah, but then Missel immediately went and started to fuck her. So, how did I meet Hard Bastard? I just liked his channel. And he responded, which was cool. We're probably going to wrap this up soon, guys. It's like 9. And I am losing my voice. I don't know. I'll keep talking all night is the problem. If someone doesn't tell me to shut up. I can't believe there's 250 people on this stream. It's crazy. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to save you from this guy raping you. And then I'm going to have sex with you. Yeah, well, it's Polish, of course. Yen just wants to be happy at that point. Well, because Yen more than anything wants to have a daughter or wants to have a child. It's her, throughout the course of the short stories, it's always been her downfall, is her wanting to have a child, not being able to because she's a witch. So when Ciri kind of waltzes into her life, yeah, it's no weird thing that Yen would be so happy about it. Shadilay. Yeah, Triss is a cunt. I don't know. FMA and Dragon are both great. Wisdom and Prudence. What am I trying to say about the Polish? I'm trying to say that they drink a lot of vodka. Wódka. That's cool. I love Poland. I love Polish culture. I love their society. Everything about Poland. Yes, he did give him a copy of The Witcher 2, and I thought that was awesome. Can I do more streams if you guys like this? I don't know. Like, I'm about to wrap this shit up. I'm getting tired, even though it's only 9 here, but I'm getting tired. But Wódka. But yeah, if you guys like this, I told you I just messaged him, Hard Bastard. I just messaged him, and he was cool. Yeah, but yeah, that's fun. If he's still here, yeah, we'll do the face reveal at the same time. Yeah. And then I think I'm gonna go, guys. Kurwa. is the most important word in Polish. Kurwa match. Kurwa match, that's it, yeah. I'm still learning the pronunciation. Best fight? Not really been in any fights. I'm a puss. Okay, if you guys like this is weird, but yeah, if you guys like me just spewing my shit, all right. Haha, weird. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for 10k subs. You have no fucking idea. Doing Quiplash? Yeah, I would think about doing Quiplash or some shit like that. I don't know. Fuck, man. This is awesome though. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe there's over 200 people. Yeah, this is crazy. Thank you guys. Bye. Love you. Let's see. We're done. Whoopsie. Oh wait, it's not on OBS. Where am I streaming this from? Oh wait, I said bye, but now I don't know where I'm streaming from. Everything and figure it out.